Okay, how you been? Easter
You know,
Sunday.
it is Easter when we're recording this.
Yeah.
I'm doing all right. Don't have to work today.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good day.
Yeah, it really is. You got anything
Any
planned?
day I have, any day I don't have to work is a good day. The only thing I have planned for today is a stream later today, but that's
Mm-hmm.
that's about it, and that's already said and done when this goes out. So
Nice. I can't wait to watch then.
yeah, yeah, it's gonna be a different stream. It's gonna be on YouTube as opposed to Twitch,
Huh. Interesting.
because I plan on streaming tomorrow when this comes out.
Mm-hmm.
I plan to stream tomorrow on Twitch for my 7-year anniversary on YouTube. Or not on Twitch, on YouTube, I mean.
Nice.
So I plan on doing a 12-hour stream to celebrate 7 years. So
Nice.
I figure I'll stream today on YouTube just to test it out again. Because I did stream on YouTube back in December
Mm-hmm.
for a New Year's thing. And just looking back at the 2020's videos.
Nice.
And since then, I haven't streamed on YouTube. It's all been on Twitch. So I figure I'll test
Uh-huh.
it out again today, just see if anything's changed in the last 4 months. So then I can prepare and not it be completely foreign come next Sunday.
Fair enough. Sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, I like doing the big streams every so often because regardless of really what it is, whether it's the charity stream I did back in December or I just have something big planned or I'm just streaming with friends because I do that so rarely. I like every so often just doing some sort of big thing on stream.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps it fun and interesting.
So it's
So
been a while since we last recorded. Any big
it
things
has.
happened?
Uh, Not that I can think of. I think since the last one went out, I've released my most recent video while we're recording, but
Mm-hmm.
also the week this comes out, uh, assuming all goes to plan,
Yeah.
my newest videos come out.
Nice.
So, if you want to go and watch that, if you're watching this on Saturday, feel free to do so.
We'll put a link in the description.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
What's new with you, TP?
Well, I'm gonna start with the most recent things. Because there's a lot, and if I work backwards, it'll be better.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my family have started going on walks regularly because we have a dog now. He's a German Shepherd puppy. He's 10 months old. He's massive, and he needs a lot of exercise. And just walking around the
Mm-hmm.
parks near ours is very boring sometimes. So we're going on like massive ones. Like an hour drive away. We drive. We get there. We walk for about 5 hours. Then we drive an hour back, and then we're just dead for the day. That's what I did today. That's why I probably sound like I'm dying. This walk we did today took us just under 5 hours.
Jesus.
I only did 11,000 steps, which doesn't seem like a lot for 4.5 hours, 5 hours, but it was very there's a lot of elevation change. So there was like
Yeah.
400 or something around 500 meters where you walk up and down, and it was just insane. We came back and everyone was just not talking because we don't have any energy to. The walk started off great, apart from the fact that when we got there, there was some drama, and we walked over. There was like this group of people huddled around this woman and this man, this couple, and the woman was like crying. It's like, oh, that's not good. We stood like further back because our dog Dexter doesn't really like isn't really great with people and dogs.
Uh-huh.
So we're trying to keep him away just until he learns that you can't jump on people and not take consequences. And especially because she was crying, we didn't want to make things worse.
Yeah.
So we waited for them to walk past us, as we were waiting, we were just sat there. This walk was like, I don't know where it was, but it was around this lake water reservoir thing, and there was like a lot of hills and drops and stuff, and well, there was a lot of trees. So we found like a little plot of dirt where we can throw some sticks and play fetch with Dexter while we waited. And they walked past us, and he said, and the guy from the couple said, "Sorry for the wait up. Our dog just fell off of the cliff and died."
Holy shit.
Yeah, and then we see like 6-7 people walking past us, and this young guy, maybe the son of the couple or something, or maybe just a random person that was trying to help. He was walking past, and he had this like, he was holding something. In it was probably the dog, in covered in a blanket, and there was like blood dripping from it. And we walked past where they were, and there was like, I don't know where he fell. I don't know if he fell from like above us down to where we were, or from like where we were down to below, or something. But where they were sat was right next to like a 25-30 foot cliff.
Jeez.
And it just scared us. It was literally right at the start of the walk. It was like 5 minutes in, and bam, just this horrible news. And then it was just awful.
Sure, you were pretty apprehensive of everything your dog was doing.
Oh yeah, he was on the leash 90% of the time.
Yeah. That's not where I thought that story was heading. I don't know where I thought it was going, but that's not where I thought it was going.
No one was expecting it. I thought maybe like she tripped and fell and something. Like, looking back, we should have probably thought that something like that happened. It was like a group of people huddled around. There was like a leash but no dog, and then the woman was crying, and the guy was sat like punching the ground, angry. Yeah, we should have. We should.
Yeah, always with those types of things where it's like worst case scenario. Mm-hmm. It's like you never expect it to be that. You see that something like that happening, you're like, "Oh, I wonder what's going on there," and then you don't think about it. But then you hear it something like that, and you're like, "Oh, I would have never thought it was that."
Yeah, I think what made it even worse was there was a path leading up to the cliff next to where the scene was, and I was trying to go up there. Other than that, the walk was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, just got a bit scared at the start. I don't know if you noticed, but on my stream I have this mascot. I've not always had it, but I've had it for a long time. Is the toilet paper that sits under my face cam? My hand cam. And about 3 weeks ago, I set a channel point challenge for my channel, for my viewers to get, and if they reach this certain goal, I would burn Timmy, like the mascot. Long story short, they ended up reaching the goal. I burnt the toilet paper, and the video's coming out soon.
Yeah, I saw you upload those when you asked me if you could upload stuff to the Dropbox. I was like, yeah, sure, go for it. And then I got curious, and I was like, I'm sure it's nothing he wouldn't want me not to see. So I just looked at it, and I was like, huh.
Yeah.
It wasn't what I expected, but I also don't know what I expected.
Yeah. So
I was like, it must be something for his stream.
Yeah. By the time this comes out, I'm hoping it's already out. I'm gonna have a lot of editing to do. I've got to edit this, and I've got to edit the video. Okay, so I do 3 courses. I do maths, I do further maths, and I do physics. Maths and physics are known as like 2 courses, the A levels, and further maths is normally seen as an AS, where after 1 year you end. So but you can carry on for the second year. So most people do it just for the 1 year, and I've already finished my 1 year of further maths. So I started my first stats AS further maths paper, and it doesn't really matter for me because I do the 2 years, so this one doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I did okay on it. I put a lot of time revising into it, a lot more than I normally do, especially as I'm known for not doing a lot of revision at all.
Same here.
Yeah, and I hope I've done well on it. But there's more exams. So after Easter, I also have like 3 more further maths AS tests that are like going towards my grade. So that's fun. Can't wait to do them.
Yeah.
In my community, I have this viewer called Potato Boy. Turns out Tato is one of my friends from in real life, but they didn't tell me. So I've been streaming, and I've talked to Potato constantly every stream, and like one of my really good viewers. And I had a feeling like it was this person. I really did. I even said it to Liam, to my friend, and he was in on it. And he said no, and I just left it because I was like, yeah, I must be just saying things. I must be just hallucinating or something. But it was, and it's worse because this person is my ex.
It is funny to think about. It's like how many people that either like watch your like YouTube stuff or tune into your streams, like how many people do you know watch it that you know in real life but you don't know that they watch? Like more specifically, I guess the YouTube side of it.
Mm-hmm.
But how many people do you know in real life that watch your stuff that you don't know watch?
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting to think about because I was talking about this with my friend like last week, I think. And I was was like, I don't know how so many people at school found out I do YouTube, because I've done YouTube for 7 years, like I said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And like since like 6th grade, like a year after I started, people just started finding out. I have no clue how. I've told maybe a handful of people, and it's just come up in conversation like since then. Like I've explicitly came out and said I make YouTube videos to like a few people ever, and then other people have just randomly found out in some way or another. I have no clue how most people at school find out that I make YouTube videos. It's weird. The thing is though, I don't try and hide it because my Instagram, like my only one for a while, because I just recently made like a private one.
Mm-hmm.
But for a while, my only Instagram was The Dark Wolf Show. So I wasn't really trying to hide it, but I wasn't like vocal about it. Like, hey, guess what I do for fun?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't try and hide it, but I'm not like boisterous about it either.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to tell anyone in my school that I do this.
Yeah.
I try and keep my 2 lives separate.
Yeah.
Mostly
yeah,
because,
I do the same.
Yeah, mostly because if someone knows me in school, I'm way, way, way different here. I'm a totally different person. And I don't want them to think that. I don't want them to treat me as the same person, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm ashamed of what I do, but I don't think I am. Maybe my body's just like worried if people find out they're gonna laugh at me, but I don't think I am.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Whenever it's like I like being around people. I only like talking about it around people that I know they all know that I do it. Because if I talk about it with like my friend Mason, and it's just me and him that like are quote unquote in the know. If it's just me and him and we're around people that don't know, I always get like skittish, if that's the right word.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about it, I'm like, well, I don't exactly like talking about this because I don't know if other people know, and then I don't want to answer the question like, oh, what's your YouTube channel, this, that, blah, blah, blah. It's like, what do you make? It's like, then there's all those other questions that come up, and I don't exactly like answering those because it's always just weird.
I have a lot of free time lately, and I don't know what to do with it.
My life has been very much the opposite. Busy, 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 busy.
I've been busy. Now I'm not.
Yeah.
The last week or so, I've done a lot of exams and stuff. So I was busy. And then since like Thursday, I've not been doing anything. That's why I've been going on these walks. I have no motivation at all. Like I know. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I've been like since like this entire year, like since February, I'll say I've just been super busy because I've been liking putting out 2 videos a month. Because before it was like a video, it was like 1 video a month, but I wanted to up it to 2 just so that then there was more frequency of videos, and I've been trying to do that. So I've been like, my day is like school, work, come home and edit. It's like that, rinse and repeat. It's like my life has been, I've been so busy, and then there's also this on top of it. And don't get me wrong, I love doing this, but I just keep piling on more and more stuff. And then there's also like streaming and stuff like that, and I just keep piling stuff on. And I like doing everything that I'm doing aside from work and school, but those are things I have to do. But yeah, I like everything, all the projects and stuff I'm taking on, but I have no free time.
Are you scared you're gonna get burnt out?
No, because I'm enjoying what I'm doing. So it's not a fact of getting burnt out. It's just that I have no free time, but I'm still finding places for free time. Well, when I say I'm busy, it's just that I pile a lot of my work, like if I'm editing or something, I pile that all into like a day or two, like a collective like 2 days. Like I chip away at it a little bit over like a week time period.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the brunt of the editing gets done within like the span of 2 days. Like the bigger stuff, like once I start working on like the bigger edits, then I get into a flow state where I just keep editing for like an hour and a half or so. So then I just get into that flow state, and then I'm able to, for the most part, finish the video. But then for like half a week after that, until the video is supposed to go out, I'll just tinker with it and try and get the video as perfect as it can be for that time.
Editing can get addictive.
It can. It's like there's times like this most recent video I'm working on, I've been procrastinating a lot of like editing because there was some like edits that were gonna take a while. But then just last night and the night before, I just sat down. I was like, okay, I need to do this. I need to figure this out. I need to figure out what I need to do for these. I need to finish it. And so I just sat down and I forced myself to do it, as opposed to procrastinating and just doing the easier edits, like the zooms and stuff like that. So I just needed to buckle down and actually do what I needed to do. And then I finally, for the videos for the most part done now, but there's, like I said, for the next like few days, I'm going to tinker with it and figure out what else I need to do with it. Because once I finish what I think I need, then I'll always go back and I'll still find stuff. But even when I say, okay, this is good enough to put out, in a month's time, I'll look back and I'll be like, well, I could have done this better. I could have added this. I could have done that. But I'll always look back at every video I make and be like, well, I could have done this better. But that's just a good sign of growth that a creator has. It's like, oh, I know that I'm better now because I look back and I'm like, well, I could have done this, this, and this.
Yeah, you're improving.
Mm-hmm.
Same goes with streaming and stuff. I look back at some old clips. I'm like, what was I doing?
Yeah.
This is too loud. This is too quiet. This is too bright. This is in the wrong spot. It's just...
Yeah, streaming is the difficult part for me because the two of us we're oriented on two very different things. I'm oriented more YouTube based, and you're oriented more stream based.
Yeah.
Though we both do each other's main thing. But streaming is the difficult part where I look back at old streams, but I don't look back at them to see like growth. I just look back at them just to kind of relive it because I'm of the school of my school of thought is I don't like doing something and then it just go and then just finish it and then never look back at it. I like looking back at it just because of like the editing part, because for how long have I been streaming it? Okay, so for 5 years I just did YouTube videos. So then when I started streaming, I would watch back chunks of streams, and I still do this, but I watch back chunks of streams because I don't like doing that and then it just goes out into the ether and then I never look at it again. So I like looking back at old streams just to relive it and remember what happened. So it's not looking back for a growth thing, it's looking back to remember kind of what happened. So
yeah.
And the thing is, I can look back at like some of my first streams, like and I don't look back at that and be like, oh, how can I improve? It's like I don't understand exactly how that works, like how I can improve. It's like there's certain things I look back at and I'm like, okay, this could be tweaked a little bit, but I don't know. It's they're two very different things looking back at like YouTube videos and streams, I guess.
I always thought that streaming was as harder in the sense that you have to be entertaining constantly to keep a viewer, and YouTube you can do whatever and you can cut stuff out.
Yeah.
You can just take the entertaining bits and make it into something that's constantly entertaining.
That's what I like, because then I actually seem funny.
You are funny.
I know. I've always been like the self-deprecating, like, oh, I'm not funny, blah blah blah. But then I watch stuff back, and I'm always like, God, I'm funny. Like I'll watch commentary videos, like my most recent stuff I've made, and I'm like, when I'm done editing, I'm like, this isn't great. This is okay, but it's not great. Like the jokes and stuff like that. But then I'll separate myself from it for like a month or two, and then I'll go back and watch it. I'm like, this is a really funny video.
Yeah, that's...
So it's like I'm engulfing myself in all these jokes for like 2-3 weeks, and then I just need to separate myself from it for like a month or two, and then I come back and I'm like, oh, then I can appreciate it again.
Yeah, I don't know what that's called, but I think there's a name for it. Once you look at something...
Are you thinking of imposter syndrome?
I don't know. It's more with editing and the fact that when you look at something over and over and over and over again, you only see like the bad things. And then once you look away for it for like a month or two, you come back and you don't see them bad things anymore.
Yeah.
You only see what
yeah, because when you're editing that stuff, like the jokes and stuff like that, you just start nitpicking.
Yeah.
And you're nitpicking it so much, but then when you're just watching it for entertainment value, then you watch and then all those nitpicks that you had while you were editing are completely gone.
Yeah.
And then you can appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah.
Because you're just watching it for entertainment as opposed to making something.
Yeah. Your brain automatically wants to make it perfect, and like the milliseconds between like scenes and stuff, you all see that, and then once you walk away from it for a month, it just all blends in, and once you see the bigger picture, it looks awesome. Yeah,
there's my favorite thing since I've made the switch to making commentary videos and video essays and the stuff I make now. There hasn't been a video I've put out that in the moment I put out and was like, this is not my best thing, but I have to put something out, so I'm putting this out. There's been videos I've looked back and I'm like, well, this I can improve heavily. There's like one or two videos that I look back and I'm like, well, maybe I should have scrapped this, maybe not, I don't know. But in the moment while I was making it, I was enjoying the process. So there's like one or two videos I was like, well, maybe this should have been scrapped. I don't know. But for the most part, I've been very much enjoying myself over the last year or so.
Good, I'm glad.
Because I've been happier than ever making videos since I made the switch to commentary videos and stuff like that, because it's different than what I've made, and it's also much more creative as opposed to like making the gaming videos and the Reddit videos that I was making. So I'm now able to combine like my enjoyment of script writing, though that is one of my least favorite parts of the process, because I just want the videos to be done so I can record them and then get to the editing phase as soon as possible, because I love that part. Which is ironic because that used to be my least favorite part, editing, because it was just gaming stuff. So it was just watching me play a game. So it got boring. So editing became a chore as opposed to something I liked doing. But now the videos are made in the edit. So I'm now able to have fun while editing and then just make dumb jokes through editing. And if it weren't for the editing, my videos would be nothing. Because the script is one thing. The script is one thing where I can write funny jokes, but if the editing isn't there, then those jokes don't land as well.
Yeah, true.
Because while I'm writing, I'm always envisioning what the video will look like in my head. So I'm writing the script and I'm like, well, here I can probably have this edit and there'll be a zoom here, or this will follow my face for this bit and stuff like that. But
that's so smart. You have to have a massive brain for that. It's like future planning.
I've always kind of done that, like editing, like when I would do like the gaming videos, because you can't script those out. I would always edit in my head, because I would say something and I'd be like, okay, at this part I need to remember to edit this thing. I need to make a mental note to do this thing while I'm editing, because I would always edit in the moment. I'm like, I'd say something, I'd look at the camera and say something, and I'd be like, okay, I can envision a zoom here, or something. So I've always kind of edited in my head while I was recording.
That's so cool. We're so different.
Yeah.
Then. I just press the start stream button and just wing it and hope I'm funny.
That's exactly what I do for streams, but like I said, streaming and YouTube are two completely different beasts.
That is true.
But yeah, I do enjoy both streaming and making videos. My enjoyment has been leaning much more to YouTube as of late, just because of the editing process alone, because I'm able to kind of hone my craft, and that's what I've always kind of liked doing, is that aspect, as opposed to just recording or being on camera or whatever, just because I like streaming. I like connecting with the audience and stuff like that. But if I'm able to hone my craft more, I'm then able to I like that much more, because then that can help me in the future, whether or not YouTube works out, because then I can work for someone else editing or something like that. It just helps much more than being on camera, as opposed to, though I enjoy that in the stream aspect, but I like the editing part much more.
Change of topic. Have you been playing any other games?
Other than Slope, no.
Damn.
That's been my main thing for the last like month or two.
Mm-hmm.
That's been my main sort of thing.
Mm.
Just because it's easy, I can play that and I can like watch a show or listen to a podcast or something.
Yeah.
And just have that. I can have the like whatever I'm listening to on my other monitor, and then I can play on my main monitor. It's easy to kind of zone out and just listen to that while playing, because my brain works in a weird way where if I don't have some other stimuli, I guess is the right word,
Mm-hmm.
while I'm watching something, I just get antsy. I don't know. I can't just focus in on watching something. I need to have something else to do, like play a game or scroll through Twitter or something. It's weird. My brain can't focus in on one thing
Mm-hmm.
at one time.
That's very interesting. That's like the opposite of most people.
Yeah.
You're so good at multitasking, you need to multitask.
Yeah. It's weird, and I do it unintentionally. I try and focus in on one thing, but I can't help myself. I almost always, when I try and focus in on just watching something, and it'll always happen occasionally, I'll just focus in on watching it, but occasionally I'll just take my mouse, go to my other monitor, and open up Twitter or something and scroll through that, or Reddit, or whatever it is, and I'm just like, I can't get through watching one thing without doing this. It's like I can't help myself, even though it's not like that bad of a thing. It's like I just can't not, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Maybe, I don't know, maybe this is similar or not, but I have a fidgeting problem and I can't watch a video on Netflix or anything without my fidget cube in my hand. I just can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm almost constantly have something in my hand. Like if I am just watching something, I'll almost always grab something off my desk and just mess with it, because I have like a little top toy that I like it's not an actual top, but it has like 3 different like wing type things that you can like expand and collapse or whatever. So I just mess with that, and I just mess with it. And then I also have like a basically deconstructed pop socket, where the logo or the design or whatever would be, that's taken off. And the part that would stick onto the phone is taken off. So I just take it, I just mess with it.
Yeah, on my desk right now, I have a fidget cube that's broken because I've used it too much. I have a USB stick that has one of them twirly things that I just twist around. I have a ball of paper that I scrunch. I have my college my college card that I take in and out of like the lanyard. I think that's it. But I also have a fidget spinner and my glasses. That's another one. I use my glasses and I just open and close them constantly. Yeah, I think I have a problem.
Everyone's like that to a certain degree, but then it's like certain people are almost always constantly fidgeting with something, because in school I'll like grab a pencil and like the little clip, I'll always mess with that, and then it breaks and I'm like, well, I can't use this pencil anymore. Because for no other reason aside from I can't fidget with it anymore, or I'll just like click it and I'll click the lead out and then I'll push it back in, and then just repeat. It's like click out the lead, push it in, click it back out. It's like I'll do that, and yeah, it's weird what we do just to entertain ourselves, but also while we're still paying attention to this other thing.
Yeah, it's I think it's soothing. I also have the leg bouncing. I have the nail biting. And recently I've been like swinging my pen back and forth between my fingers really, really fast until it falls out of my hand. It's not productive at all. What I want, there's one like fidget thing I want to learn. and it's taking a coin and passing it through your fingers.
Oh, I have seen that.
I want to learn so bad because it looks so cool,
Yeah.
but I don't have the attention span to actually learn it. I know how to throw a card.
There was one night, just speaking of card throwing, there was one night we were having a movie night. It was like a group of 4, 5. Hold on. Yeah, like 5 or 6 of us. And we were playing this card game called Drunk, Stoned, or Stupid. It was basically like a Cards Against Humanity.
Nice.
But you don't want to get cards.
Yeah.
So it had like a prompt, like who's most likely to get lost at a party or something like that. And then you defer amongst the group who you think is most likely to get lost at a party or whatever I said. And then you give that card to that person and whoever, and you don't, there's no winner. There's only a loser. So whoever gets like 7 cards or whatever it was, loses. But once we were done playing, because we didn't have like a limit for who lost, we just went through all the cards and just were talking, like had these prompts, and then we would just talk about them. And towards the end,
Nice.
we, well, it was like mainly 2 people, but they took the cards and they were just throwing them, like trying to like hit cans and stuff like that. Just took the cards and were just whoosh.
Nice. I used to be into Magic.
Yeah. I've never played. I have no clue how it works, but yeah, I have no clue how it works, but I've always heard about it, but I have no clue what really it is.
I'm addicted to Pokemon Go.
Does this have anything to do with us talking about it that one time?
Did we talk about it? I have a really bad memory.
Yeah.
What did we say?
Yeah, we talked about it, and you're like, whoa, that takes me back.
Maybe it does. I don't remember that, but maybe my mind made that link. Like 2 weeks ago, I downloaded it. I was like, you know what? I'll give it a try. You know, bring back 2017 days. Why not?
Yeah.
And I'm addicted.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of people like in my school who are playing it again, and it seems to be making at least somewhat of a comeback, a little bit. And yeah. I've only caught 2 shinies, but the first shiny I caught. What's that?
I've only got 1. What shinies? Where did you find the shinies?
Well, the first shiny I caught, it was at work. But me and my friend Bobby, we were in the back and we were just playing Pokemon Go.
Of course.
And there was a Roggenrola, and I caught it, and because I was just catching a bunch of rock types because they look cool. That's how I decide what Pokemon I catch.
Yeah, same.
Like what ones I want to evolve, but also what ones look cool. So, and I was just catching a bunch of rock types, and I caught the Roggenrola like first try with the Pokeball. I caught it, and then I saw like some sparkles. I was like, wait, was that a shiny? And then Bobby was like, because I didn't say that it was a Roggenrola. I was like, wait, was that a shiny? And he was like, what was it? I was like, I don't know. It was some rock type. And I showed Bobby, and he was like, a Roggenrola? And he really likes the shiny Roggenrolas, so he is very jealous of the fact that I have that.
You can trade him.
I could, but I'm not gonna.
True. You can wait and use it for blackmail or something one day.
Yeah, I bring it up every so often. I'm like, we'll talk about like shinies or whatever, and I bring up the Roggenrola, and I'm like, are you still jealous? He's like, yes. So funny. And I will never trade it to him just to taunt him.
You probably don't even want it that much. You just have it
No, I don't.
Just to
I have it to taunt him.
Yeah.
He was like, I will trade you that for some other shiny. And I'm like, nope. Because he showed very desperately that he liked it. So I was like, nope, you're not getting it.
It's kind of hard for me to notice if something's shiny or not, because I'm very well, no, I'm not very. Okay, I'm colorblind, and most shinies are like blue and into purple, right? So like
Mm-hmm.
they used to be blue and now they're purple, or like yellow and then orange, and I just don't see the difference. Oh, sorry. And I think I've clicked off like 5 or 6 shinies just because I didn't notice, and then I'm like, wait, was that a shiny? And then I go back on it and try catch it, and then it flees because it's too late.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't notice that this that the rock and roller was a shiny until like after like the screen popped up. It was like showing you like the candies or whatever you got, and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I couldn't tell. I couldn't quite tell if like the sparkles were from like the shiny thing.
Yeah.
But then, because it was the first shiny I had ever caught, and I was like, that is really funny. That is Bobby's favorite. But yeah, I I got a real kick out of it. I was like, nope, you're not getting it. It's mine.
I think I called it to my friends at the beginning of like maybe 3 weeks ago. I called to my friends that Pokemon Go is making a comeback, and I think it actually is. I might have actually called it.
Yeah, it is a little bit, at least.
Because now that lockdown is lifted, oh well, that's what I was gonna say. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. We're back in school. Well, it's not online anymore. We're back in school full time. Hey, and lockdown's like getting lifted, so soon we can go meet each other. Hey, we're all fun and games. So now that everyone's like allowed to go outside for no reason, I think Pokemon Go's gonna make a comeback because everyone's gonna be like, I need something to do.
Yeah, I could envision that. Like people being like, well, I haven't been outside in a long time. What can I do that will get me outside, but I can also have some sort of purpose as opposed to just going on a walk? So yeah, I could envision Pokemon Go making some sort of a comeback, especially with like the big resurgence of Pokemon in general.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Next, it's gonna be selling accounts of Pokemon Go with Charizard or something on it for like £100,000.
Yeah, I could see that.